Let's see what's about to go
Seeing
down.
as we
I'm
still have some
excited.
time before my meeting, we might as well enjoy some pleasant conversation while we wait.
Yeah, maybe we can get actually some info right now.
I'm glad to see you get along with my children. Being surrounded by good companions is necessary for a child's development.
Planning on doing anything to them, are you?
I assume you're referring to Lenny, Lynette, and Fremine. Although, there's that situation with Filial and Nentoy as well. It appears quite a few people have been acting out lately. No matter. I'm not one to discriminate. All those who betray the house meet the same fate. There are no exceptions.
Does that mean you're going to kill them?
Oh, are you here to beg for their lives? I'm sorry to disappoint, but the rules of the house change for no one. In my organization, everyone is responsible for their own actions.
So, okay, I get her position now. She still cares a lot about them, but outside of being a betrayal, like, that's the crossing the line to her. She just doesn't have any mercy or care to the people that betrayed her.
But don't you care about them at all? They really respect you. They even call you father. You must feel something for them.
Any organization in which feelings come before principles is one destined for ruin. The House of the Hearth is hardly an exception. You could say our principles are more stringent than most.
Then why would even make that principles to begin with? If you know it sucks.
Perhaps I can offer you this consolation at least. As our guests, you two will not be held accountable along with them.
There's really no other way to solve the issue?
I would imagine Linny, Lynette, and Fremine will be able to keep their lives. As for Filial, Nentoy, and the others, I'm afraid there's little I can do. They can try to escape, but once you know our secrets, there's no getting out alive.
But...
Ah, you seem concerned. Out of consideration for my guests, I suppose I could turn a blind eye for a little longer. If Linny and the others manage to dispose of Clairvy in the meantime, all evidence of their wrongdoing will be lost. In that case, I could hardly punish them for something I couldn't prove.
Okay, wait, she knows about Clairvy? Why isn't she reacting at all? That's confusing me.
If their efforts are unsuccessful, on the other hand, all will be held accountable. And the punishment will be severe.
It's a deal then, we'll hold you to it.
Of course. Oh, and here, I believe this belongs to you. Do try and keep better track of it next time.
Okay, we're absolutely stumped here. We have no chance against her. She got us completely.
It takes a considerable amount of time to train a bird like this. It would be such a pity if you were to lose it.
Wait, where did you get that?
Maybe we are being too obvious.
Well, I'm afraid that's all the time we have to chat. Now, I asked you to meet me here because I have business at the Palais Mermonia. It has nothing to do with you, but I think it would be prudent for you to stick by my side for the time being. There will always be time later to run off and tell Linny what you've learned. Well, time to go. Looks like we wrapped things up just...
Well, we are completely powerless here. I don't know what to do. I don't know what even they should do at this point. We're just done. We cannot even fight her or tell her that she shouldn't do that. She's way stronger than us. We can't even get Lini to talk. Not talk, but we couldn't even notify Lini about it. Oh, are we gonna get made nervlet? I was expecting it, but why though? Why would she be here?
It's been a while, Monsieur Nervalet. I must say, I wasn't expecting my meeting request to be approved quite so quickly. The Palais Mermonia operates with an efficiency worthy of admiration.
It is only right that an esteemed diplomat such as yourself should be afforded the proper level of respect. Although, if I may speak plainly, I must confess that I did not anticipate we would have the occasion to meet again after presenting you with the Gnosis. I see you brought the Traveler and Paimon with you as well. If I may inquire as to the purpose of your visit.
I'll be departing Fontaine shortly. There is, however, an outstanding matter that I would like to see resolved before I go. It requires a rather lengthy explanation, I'm afraid. So I took the liberty of explaining everything in this proposal. Please review it at your leisure, Monsieur Neville.
This is intense.
I understand your request. However, at the risk of causing offense, I must admit that I fail to see why you would wish for such a thing.
I heard you have a certain fondness for water tasting, Monsieur Nervalet, so allow me to use water as an analogy. A family is like a large body of water with countless rivers flowing in and out. As someone who watches over this system, I would hope that each river that flows from the source will eventually reach the ocean. Of course, objectively speaking, I know this is impossible. Most of the rivers will dry up along the way, disappearing into the ground and leaving nothing but a barren riverbed behind. Not all rivers are destined to reach the ocean, but I would not see their existence rendered meaningless. I believe the water that flows within them is simply meant for a different destination, like a field in need of irrigation. Or perhaps the glass of a certain water-tasting enthusiast.
Did you get any of that, Traveler?
Not really.
Your words paint an optimistic picture indeed. Allow
I
me to
don't get
remind
what
you,
is going
however,
on here.
few among us are willing to sip from a glass filled
oh,
with tainted
sus.
water.
That just ruined my
It may
work.
have been tainted at one point in time, but not to worry. I'll make sure it's strained of all impurities and returned to its cleanest form.
I seem to recall there being a transactional aspect to your proposal. Perhaps you could expound on that?
If you accept my proposal, Monsieur Nevelet, I will gradually withdraw my forces from Fontaine, and, unless absolutely necessary, I will no longer carry out any special missions within Fontaine.
I presume I can take your words to mean that, in the future, cases similar to the Tartuffe assassination will cease to cross my desk?
Tartuffe? Ah, that thief who embezzled funds from all those charities, you mean? My deepest condolences to his family, but without any evidence, I cannot imagine how the House of the Hearth might have been involved in his passing.
Oh, that's the guy from the trailer. She definitely did something, but she left no evidence? That's crazy.
Of course, if you accept my proposal, Monsieur Nevelet, I'm sure certain measures could be taken to reduce the frequency of such troubles.
You choose your words carefully indeed.
My thanks for your generosity. Well, with that settled, we should be going now. I took the liberty of bringing along 2 bottles of spring water from Snezhnaya for you to enjoy. I do hope I...
Indeed. I trust you would not overlook your commitment in the meantime.
All right, Traveler Paimon. Time to go.
Hey, what was all that about? We didn't get anything from that. Not... I don't get what it was talking about. Some water, river, all families like a water... Blah blah blah. That's so confusing. I don't get that. Maybe I should read this quest text.
So, what exactly were
Oh,
you
are we
talking
just gonna
about
get an
back there?
explanation here?
Paimon only heard you mention and some rivers, a large...
You really want to know? I would imagine there might be more pressing concerns at the moment.
Lenny, Paimon really hopes everything's... Oh, Paimon recognizes that look. You've got your tiki cap on, don't you, Traveler?
Okay, shut up, Paimon. The knave may seem relaxed, but she didn't seem to be joking earlier. When she said those who pay their life, I think she's serious about punishing those kids. Yeah. Then what happens to that guy that tried to do something? He died. We're talking in front of the Palais Mermonia. She mentioned Clervy names. Does that mean she knew where Clervy was the entire time? Maybe she even anticipated how Lini and the others were going to act? Is that
Oh,
the guy from the
shoot.
list?
Are you alright? Oh, jeez. I'm so sorry. I was so focused on selling these papers, I wasn't looking where I was going.
My bad. Also, wasn't paying attention.
Well, let me make it up to you at least. Here, take this paper. On the house.
Looks kind of familiar for some reason.
Oh, you don't have to give us...
Please, I want to. It's not like I'm short on supply. All the extras will be useless
So
come
he
tomorrow
didn't
anyway.
die then.
It's my fault, really. I was just trying to bring home some extra mora for the family, but I bit off more than I can
What's going on here?
Nothing much. I just ran into your friend here on accident.
Hold on.
Oh.
Of course, I'm happy to compensate you with mora. It's just I don't have any on me at the moment.
Man, I like, you know, just half of that aura in every word she said. Just, ooh, that is so scary.
I'll take 3 papers.
Oh, thank you for your patronage. If only I had the chance to run into such generous customers every day. I should probably just take on a smaller inventory though, right? I'm getting married soon, so sometimes it's hard to not get ahead of myself. Anyway, I should head out. Goodbye!
So she's okay then. That means Scarlet, you know, did not kill him.
Well, now that my affairs are settled, we should take the boat back to Poisson.
Okay, maybe
We've
I
even
had some
acquired light
prejudice
reading to
against
enjoy
her.
along the way.
Actually, why don't... Paimon just realized how hungry she is. She can't head back to Poisson.
Looks like Paimon is trying to buy us more time. If we head back now, our Dublin and others will have minute progress. What should we
It
do?
appears you two are under the impression that delaying our return will somehow alter the situation in your favor. I'm sorry to ruin your fantasy, but your efforts are meaningless.
She absolutely got us. You cannot have an inner monologue on her. She just reads your mind like a book.
That being said, I could be persuaded to give Linny some extra time. If you agree to my request, I'll even answer some of your questions. You're quite curious about Clervy.
Wait, why are you being so generous all of a sudden?
You overestimate yourself. You don't have the talent for bad things.
Ooh. That is so true.
Possibly...
The most important consideration in a negotiation is that both sides receive something
Yeah,
they
your
want.
condition, let's hear it.
Wonderful. Here it is. When the time comes, make the choice that you deem most appropriate in the situation, and lend your help to the House of the Hearth.
What's exactly?
Okay, sounds normal enough. But what do you mean, when the time comes? When is that supposed to be?
That is for you to decide.
Well, we accept your condition.
Then we have a deal. Follow me.
That sounds like a fake deal. Not sure how that would help. Then follow the Navy to Nameless Ruins. Are we gonna get some backstory finally?